Hey, look at us.
Look at us.
Huh?
Who would have thought?
Not me.
Wow, what an entertaining day at the office. I mean, the World Cup has finally arrived. The World Cup is on, baby. Like Japan beat Germany. Like that game, it can't get any more better. And aren't you entertained? And if you still aren't, then Spain got your back. Because they just defeated Costa Rica by 7-0. 7-0, man. I really felt bad for Costa Rica at a point, and especially for Keylor Navas, because that game was absolutely humiliating. But anyway, let's just first talk about that big game. Japan 2, Germany 1. And while talking about this game, man, this game was one hell of a cracker. Like, who was saying this Qatar World Cup should have been cancelled? I mean, come on, man. This Qatar World Cup have produced some of the best group stage games so far. Like, let's look at this game, Japan versus Germany. Like, it was game of two halves. In the first half, Germany took the lead, and in second half, Japan literally turned on their anime mode. And fuck, man, they were amazing in that anime mode. Like, Germany really didn't have any answer, because in the first half, their coach really saw some flaws and made some little tactical changes. Because in the first half, Japan set in a 4-2-3 or 4-3-2-1 formation. And of the ball, they were pressing in a 4-4-2 formation. And as Germany in position were playing in a 3-2-5 formation. So that's why at the back, Japan were getting outnumbered, because Germany in position used to put 5 forwards, 5 players ahead. So that's why Japan was getting outnumbered. The situation up front into the Japan's box was around like 4v5. And also due to this two players, Jamal Musiala, who was amazing to be honest, and Thomas Muller, who were kind of operating in those half spaces, and Gundogan, who was making those third man runs, Japan's defense was getting really squeezed. And that's why it was opening a lot of spaces on that wide areas, especially on the left side of Germany's, where Germany's left back Raum was getting a lot of space to make those run in behinds and to arrive in the box. And that's why you have often seen he was getting a lot of chances to arrive in the box. And that's how Germany got their penalty. And in second half, their coach saw this flaws and they switched to back 5 with a low block of 5-4-1. But even though while playing with back 5, Japan was really pressing very aggressively. And due to this tactical changes, they now got 3-4-3 formation when they were pressing Germany into their own half. And in first half, as they were pressing in a 4-4-2 formation, they weren't able to, outnumber Germany's backline. That's why a 3v2 situation was getting created. And Japan with 3 forwards spinning the center backs and 2 wing backs who was also kind of pressing high up on the pitch, Germany's defense started to getting outnumbered. This helped them to create a lot of turnovers, which eventually turned into counter-attacks. And if you saw the first goal, in that goal, Nicolas Sule, who got stretched by their left wing back, Mitoma, who was absolutely outstanding, man. He came in as a substitute, but literally changed the game. He stretched Nicolas Sule out wide, created a lot of space in center, and allowed their number 8 to run inside the box, and that's how the goal came. And the same thing happened for the second goal, as their left wing back Mitoma, who was really staying very wide on that left side, he got the ball through the free kick, and he somehow managed to spread it across on the right side to Asano. And that touch from Asano to get away from Schlotterbeck, bro, it was world class, and the finish as well. And that goal was written in stars, to be honest. I mean, you just cannot get a better winning goal than this. I mean, everything was perfect about that goal, about that comeback, and about this match. I mean, another major upset at the World Cup, and another amazing performance from an Asian team. I mean, Iran and Qatar literally deceived us, but thanks to Japan and Saudi Arabia, who showed that Asian football is a real thing and it must be taken seriously. Anyway, moving on to our next game, 7 heavens for Spain and 7 hell for Costa Rica. What an humiliating game, especially for Keylor Navas, who is itself a reputed goalkeeper, and to score 7 past him. I mean, come on, man. It was really getting harsh to see. But it is what it is. It is what it is, and this is Lucho's way. Lucho ball has arrived. Luis Enrique ball has arrived at Qatar, and that's the reason. That's the reason why you should never ever doubt Luis Enrique's decision, because people were really doubting his squad selection, that he didn't selected Ramos, Thiago. But come on, man, he didn't watch out the form while selecting the players. He looked at if this players can suit his system or not. And come on, you gotta accept it. The squad that he has selected is incredible. Like, wow, man, what a football they were playing today. Like, it just reminded me of that 2010 Spain squad. Yeah, it was Costa Rica, but come on, man, whatever the experience has been so far this World Cup, you just cannot underestimate any team. But anyway, Spain was very crystal clear with their approach with 4-3-3 formation. Their midfielders, Pedri and Gavi, using those half spaces. And talking about this midfield, or to say Barcelona's midfield, this midfield looks world class with this Spain's national team. I mean, I don't know what happens at Barcelona. Maybe they're this kind of experience kind of thing. As Lucho is far more experienced than Javi, I think this must be the case. But anyway, today this midfield was absolutely world class, and especially Pedri. If you have watched this game, Pedri was dropping deep like he was staying beside Busquets, which allowed Spain to gain more time on the ball and did not allow Busquets to get outnumbered while build-ups. And Gavi was the one from the midfield who was mostly playing as an attacking midfielder, operating through that half spaces. And man, this kid was beast today. Like, one assist and that goal, man. That goal was just mind-boggling, man. Outside of his boot, come on, that was so sexy. And yeah, he became the third youngest goal scorer in the history of the World Cup as well. Anyway, for Spain, this game was literally easy because after conceding 2 goals, Costa Rica just didn't show any fight. But still, you gotta give credit to Spain because you know the way they set up this team, like they were literally controlling the whole setup of Costa Rica. Like the way they used to attract whole Costa Rica setup to one side and one switch, one long vertical ball to the wide free man. Maybe it is winger or maybe it is full back. One vertical ball, one cut back from him, and the ball goes inside the box, and the chances was just like creating as well. And also Luis Enrique emphasizes a lot on wide and natural wingers because in today's game, these 2 wingers, Ferran Torres and Dani Olmo, were literally stretching out this Costa Rica's defense so much so that Spain's midfielder, especially Gavi and Pedri, who were kind of operating from that half spaces, and that's why they were able to play those 1-2 football inside the box, and boom, and that's why chances were just creating in a minute. And also one interesting selection in today's game was Rodri, who was playing as a centre back. Yeah, this was like Luis Enrique, but still I think this decision paid off because technically he looked as a perfect centre back for the Spain's national squad. But anyway, 7-0. What a way to start, way to go. I mean, I'm really excited to see how this team performs against this German side and also against Japan, who are counter-attacking monsters. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching the video, guys. And as World Cup is on fire right now, you can expect a lot more amazing content. But before that, do make sure you like and share this video and subscribe the channel if you are new over here. And as usual, I'll meet you soon with another new video. Until that time, just enjoy the game.